Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. The diagnostic trouble code DTC P0747 indicates an issue with the automatic transmission's clutch pressure control solenoid valve A, specifically that it is stuck in the on position. This can significantly affect the vehicle's transmission functionality, particularly preventing it from shifting into any gear other than the second or fifth gears due to a fail-safe mechanism. The issue pertains to the vehicle models from 2011 to 2017 Honda Odyssey. Therefore, understanding this DTC is critical for diagnosing and troubleshooting the associated transmission problems effectively. Accurate data collection, including all freeze frame information and onboard snapshots using the Honda Diagnostics System, HDS, prior to beginning the troubleshooting steps, is essential. This process helps in gathering vital diagnostic information that can indicate the health of the transmission system. The main component affected by DTC P0747 is the automatic transmission clutch pressure control solenoid valve A. This solenoid is pivotal in managing the hydraulic pressure within the transmission to ensure smooth gear shifts. Specifically, it modulates fluid flow to the clutch packs based on electronic signals from the powertrain control module, PCM. The solenoid valve A is typically located within the transmission assembly, near the valve body, which is a central hub for fluid distribution in vehicles. Given its location, any failure in this part can lead to severe transmission issues. Additionally, if this solenoid is stuck on, it creates a situation where the transmission cannot shift properly, leading to the fail-safe behavior observed in the affected Honda Odyssey models. Several possible causes contribute to the activation of DTC P0747. One primary concern is that the AT clutch pressure control solenoid valve A itself may be stuck in the on position due to internal wear or damage. Additionally, faulty wiring or poor electrical connections leading to the solenoid may also trigger this DTC. Issues with the transmission fluid can further complicate matters. Low fluid levels, contamination, or degradation can prevent the solenoid from operating correctly. These factors must be thoroughly examined, as they can all contribute to the symptoms exhibited by this DTC. Understanding these causes helps in isolating the problem during troubleshooting, thus enabling accurate repairs. The symptoms associated with DTC P0747 can be quite pronounced, particularly in how the transmission behaves. Most notably, the transmission will likely remain stuck in second or fifth gear due to the fail-safe function inherent in the vehicle's design. Drivers may also notice erratic shifting behaviors and may experience delays when attempting to shift into other gears. Additionally, this issue may trigger warning lights on the dashboard, alerting the driver to potential transmission issues. Recognizing these symptoms early can help in addressing the problem before it leads to further complications or damage. Therefore, vehicle operators should be vigilant and responsive to any changes in transmission behavior as soon as they notice unusual patterns. The first troubleshooting step for DTC P0747 involves warming up the engine until it reaches its normal operating temperature. This is crucial because transmission fluid must be at the correct temperature for proper operation. The radiator fan should engage during this process, indicating that the engine is adequately warmed up. A warm engine ensures that the transmission fluid flows freely and can provide accurate readings during subsequent steps. Ensuring that the engine is at the optimal temperature helps avoid misleading diagnostics and confirms whether any fluid-related issues may arise once the transmission is fully functional. Therefore, This initial step is essential for accurate troubleshooting. In the second troubleshooting step for DTC P0747, it is important to check the transmission fluid level and inspect for any potential fluid leaks. The transmission fluid plays a vital role in hydraulic functions, and an inadequate amount can lead to shifting issues. If the fluid is low, it may be necessary to add more fluid or investigate potential leaks from the transmission system. Additionally, if you do observe any leaks, it's crucial to address these promptly, as they can exacerbate existing problems and lead to significant transmission damage. This step is fundamental to ensuring that the transmission operates under optimal conditions. The third step in troubleshooting DTC P0747 requires draining the automatic transmission fluid, ATF, through a strainer. This step is set up to inspect the strainer closely for any metal debris or excessive clutch material. The presence of metal particles can indicate wear within the transmission components, while excessive clutch material may highlight potential clutch failure. If either of these findings is confirmed, the recommended action would be to replace the transmission entirely. However, if there is no metal debris or excessive clutch material in the strainer, you would proceed to replace the ATF before continuing on to the next troubleshooting steps. In step 4 of the troubleshooting process for DTC P0747, you must turn the ignition switch to the on in position. This action powers up the vehicle's onboard diagnostic systems, allowing you to perform the subsequent checks accurately. It is essential to ensure the switch is not merely turned to the accessory or off positions, as this would not enable the proper communication with the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS. The HDS will help in reading the data and monitoring the performance of the transmission, which can be particularly useful in diagnosing solenoid issues. This preliminary step is essential to setting up the following diagnostic checks effectively. Step 5 involves starting the engine after turning the ignition switch on. 2. With the engine running, you will press the brake pedal and shift the vehicle into drive, D, to simulate normal driving conditions. This allows for checking specific data related to the transmission's operation accurately. During this phase, one crucial aspect to examine is the behavior of the second pressure switch signal using the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS. This helps in determining the health and responsiveness of the transmission's hydraulic control system as it operates under load. Observing the operation in this condition can shed light on the potential issues affecting the solenoid valve and other components. The final step in troubleshooting DTC P0747 focuses on assessing the second pressure switch signal. Utilize the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS, to observe if the switch activates with the shock created by engaging the gears. If the second pressure switch signals appropriately when the gears are engaged, it likely indicates a fault with the AT clutch pressure control solenoid valve A. In this case, the recommended repair would involve replacing the secondary valve body, which houses the solenoid. Conversely, if it does not signal or shows intermittent failure, the system may be functioning properly at that time, requiring further observation before taking any corrective measures. This step is essential for accurately identifying whether the problem lies with the solenoid or if it is a more intermittent situation. After completing the troubleshooting steps for DTC P0747 and any necessary repairs, it is paramount to perform final verification. First, ensure that the transmission fluid levels are adequate and within the specified parameters, as low fluid could lead to further issues. Once fluid levels have been verified, it is essential to take the vehicle for a test drive. This test drive allows you to observe the transmission's behavior under various driving conditions and confirms that it shifts correctly through all gears. During the drive, pay close attention to any abnormal sounds or warning lights that could indicate lingering issues. Successfully completing this verification process signifies that the problem has been appropriately addressed and the vehicle is functioning as intended. Although specific preventive maintenance was not detailed within the provided diagnostic text for DTC P0747, regular maintenance for the transmission can significantly mitigate risks of future issues. Regularly checking the automatic transmission fluid, ATF levels, is essential, as maintaining optimal fluid levels can support efficient transmission function and reduce wear. Furthermore, continuous monitoring for any signs of fluid leaks can help in identifying issues before they escalate into more serious problems. Keeping an eye on transmission health ensures longevity and performance, ultimately providing a smoother driving experience. Implementing these preventive measures can help in fostering the overall durability of the vehicle's transmission system. In conclusion, understanding the implications of DTC P0747 is essential for effective diagnosis and repair. The automatic transmission clutch pressure control solenoid valve A plays a vital role in the functioning of the transmission system. Monitoring symptoms such as being stuck in certain gears or erratic shifting can provide key insights into the underlying problems. By diligently following the outlined troubleshooting steps, including checking fluid levels, inspecting components, and testing signals, significant advances can be made in identifying and resolving the issue. Furthermore, implementing regular preventive maintenance can enhance the longevity of the transmission system and promote optimal vehicle performance. Taking a proactive approach ensures that you can address any transmission issues as they arise, keeping the Honda Odyssey running smoothly. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.